What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Dundalk Trapp podcast. After an incredible day, you can't make up what we did yesterday. Like, this isn't a flex, but that was honestly impressive. We went 1-8. Ray with the only bet that hit. We started the day off great with Mbappe anytime goal scorer, which is the most public bet I've ever seen. He doesn't fucking score. Looks great. And then we followed up with all of our bets. Maryland money line really like kind of took the night over for how we did. I mean, down 27 at halftime. It, we all went to the UMBC Coppin State game. That was like reliving it, and it was the saddest thing I've ever witnessed in my life. It was just a horrible day in every way. Shout out to Ray for the one win. But before we start, how you guys doing?
We're back. I mean, that's all I can say.
We're
We need
back.
to fucking bounce back.
God, it was bad. I felt like I was watching CCBC Dundalk's basketball team last night in the Maryland game. But here we are.
Really back too. I mean, yeah, they. I mean, you can't make it up. Yeah, like Ben said, two of his plays finished on the hook. I mean, needing 1 point in the fourth quarter.
Jaden Ivey and the coaching staff for the Pistons are scrubs. We have a list that you add to. I think they're gonna be on the list. I love Jaden Ivey. I think he's good, but what I witnessed last night, actually the craziest part, I looked like around 8:37, 8:40, and said, I got a chance to go 3-0 tonight. I needed 1 point by two guys, and I thought Maryland won pretty handily. Not even an hour later, both of my guys don't cash. Maryland's down 27 in the first half. The way it went was just it was atrocious. But we'll let Gio start with today, and hopefully he starts us off right because he gave us Mbappe yesterday, and that was the most public fade. Vegas made some good money yesterday off of people like us and Gio. Keep going on.
All right. Vegas is going to make us money tonight because we're taking Vegas and Reg against the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago's one of the worst teams in the league. Vegas is one of the best teams in the league. I know they don't have Eichel because he's hurt, but they got people everywhere. And the only person that the Blackhawks have is Kane. So we're taking Vegas and Reg. It should hit because the Blackhawks suck. That's my first play.
What are the odds on that?
That was my 120.
I hope that one hits. I'll tail it because it can't get much worse than last night. But Ray, you can go next.
All right. Going back to college basketball. Got Seattle, not the Seahawks. Seattle University money line against Oregon State. Tips off at 10:30. Seattle has hung in there against their only good opponent they face. I mean, they've won all the others. They're 7-1. They should have beat Washington. They went down to the wire. I think they can beat Oregon State. Oregon State is 4-5, not good. I mean, Seattle has a 24-point scorer in Cam Tyson. They should, be able to win the game from the jump pretty much, I think.
What's the spread?
Seattle, it's 1.5, so I'll go money line.
Okay. My bet, Brandon Ayuk over 54.5 yards. Receiving yards, they have no Debo. He went over this last week with Purdy. He also went over this total the last time they faced off against the Seahawks. The Seahawks secondary is actually pretty good, but with no Debo, Ayuk is the number one receiving option. Brock Purdy will throw the ball a lot, even though Seattle has a bad running defense. I see Ayuk going over this, maybe 3 to 4 catches, but he'll have one big one, and I think he goes over this pretty handily. Gio, you can go next.
All right. We got over 6.5 in the Blues game and the Oilers. Both these, all right, we'll start off with the Blues. They got Bennington in net. They have a 3 days rest. He's the top 5 worst. He's in the top 5 for the worst goalies on the road. He allows over 3.5 goals per game. He's not good. And even if Bennington doesn't start in goalie for the Blues tonight, their other goalie, forget his name, but he averages over 4 goals allowed in games. So I see this total hitting because the Oilers got Connor McDavid. He can net one in the net. The stick and puck off that guy is amazing. So we're taking over 6.5 in the Blues and Oilers game tonight.
Right.
Hey, All right, this one is public, but I just think they're the better team. We're going San Francisco 49ers -3. Best defense in the league. They won 27-7 last time they played the Seahawks. I think they've only gotten better. They're really rolling now. Won 6 in a row. They need this to clinch the division tonight. I think they do it in Seattle like they did in 2019. McCaffrey's going to run all over this bad run defense. Purdy's going to play and, not turn the ball over, make some big plays, and win his first road game. 49ers
Yeah.
-3.
My next one, Tyler Lockett over 63.5. Geno Smith throws him the ball a ton. He went over this in their last matchup. I think he had like 100 plus receiving yards, and he's also gone over this in 4 of the last 6. San Francisco, like you said, is the best defense in the NFL, but they're not as good against pass as they are against the run. Like Kenneth Walker, I'd probably stay away from tonight, but I think Geno Smith throws for 200 plus yards, and Lockett goes over this. DK Metcalf's always kind of in the way of Lockett, but Lockett will still make big plays. Most of his plays are actually 20 plus yard plays. They throw the ball down the field to him a lot. I think he gets at least one of the big ones and then catches 3 to 4 more passes, which should put him over this total. Yeah, I like him. I like the 49ers -3, but I still think Lockett goes over this, especially if the 49ers are up a bunch because Seattle have to throw the ball. Gio, your last
All
one.
right, my last play is my favorite play. Pelicans money line against the Jazz. They've already lost 2 to the Jazz this year, and this is the last game of the series for the season. I don't see the Pelicans losing 3 straight to the Jazz. Zion will probably drop 50 on their head tonight. Who knows? But the first game they played, it was a 1-point game. Last game they played, the Pelicans lost by like 20. So I don't see them losing again. Pelicans money line. It's my favorite play today.
Shout out to Chen. Chen gave me Jazz +1 in that last game. So shout out to Chen. But right,
Oh, probably right now the Gio's on Pelicans. All right, last play is UC Irvine +1.5 against Santa Clara. UC Irvine has a great win in Oregon this year. They're always a pretty good mid-major squad. Santa Clara's nothing special, I mean, they handle business when they're supposed to, but I think this one's tight. But UC Irvine pulls away at the end. They have a guy in DJ Davis who's gets 16 a game. He's pretty good. So I think him and the other guy Baker, they'll team up and get the job done.
My last play is Javon Carter over 7.5 points. Drew Holiday is out with illness tonight. When Holiday's out, Carter's went over this total a ton of times. I didn't really exactly see, but he's went over this a bunch. I think like I don't know, it's like 75-80% of the time. But Carter, when Drew Holiday's out, shoots the ball a ton. He's bringing the ball up the court. I just don't see how he goes under this, especially being a starter. And with this game being against the Grizzlies, it's going to be a big time game. A lot of people will be watching. It should be a close one. The spread's 2.5. If this game stays close and Carter plays starter minutes, he should go over this. Hopefully, I don't experience what I did last night with the fourth quarter pushes. But I think Carter scores. He'll score at least 8 points. 4 buckets. He'll probably hit a 3 or 2 and just need 1 or 2 more buckets. I don't see how he doesn't go over this, especially like I said, with Drew Holiday out with illness and Carter starting. So my last play, Javon Carter over 7.5 points. I would get it in as soon as you can because I think it will be higher before game time. But that's it. Any other plays you guys like or Gio, do you have any in the Penguins game or anything else you
No.
don't like?
A prop I did like on the board was
be anytime goal scorer because I mean he's been hot lately. Coming off a hat trick, he might shoot an empty netter in. It's the
Who?
Where that's all he's been getting. Ovi.
Oh, okay.
Anytime goal scorer, probably. But and for the Capitals being plus odds at home is crazy on a 5-game winning streak. That's all I'm saying.
That is crazy. They'll probably get shut out now that you said that. Ray, you got
one prop in the game that I did like was Noah Fant under receiving yards. I think it's like 28.5 or something. Yeah, he's like had 1 reception each of the last 3 games or something. He's been targeted less and less, and they rotate tight ends. So if you need another prop to go along with Ben's, that would be my play.
all right. I don't really have anything else. I like Niners -3, but I don't know if I'll do it just because of everybody betting on it. And yeah, we got to bounce back today. Yesterday was the worst start to this podcast you like 0-9 obviously would have been a little bit worse, but that would have at least been like, dang, we did not hit one. The fact that we hit one and it was only one, I, I don't know. It seemed like a joke. Like I said, Gio gave us a good start to the day with Mbappe.
Finished with Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary's like it started the day and then finished the day. I
Yeah.
gave us a great college basketball play in Maryland. They legitimately looked like the worst college basketball team of all time. I, so, I don't know. We might be wrong about them. I think they're fine. I still think they'll get in the tournament, but now it'll have to be as a 10-9, some seed like that. We'll see how Big Ten goes, but hopefully we bounce back today.
We need to bounce back.
Need it.
Need it. But that is it. Check us out again tomorrow. We'll figure out what time we're coming on tomorrow, but check us out again tomorrow. Hopefully, we have a good night tonight. Maybe 6-3, 7-2. A nice little bounce back would be nice.